Good afternoon. The Appellate Division First Department is now in session. Welcome to our virtual admission ceremony for this afternoon. Of course, we would have all preferred if we could have been together in our beautiful courtroom on Madison Avenue, but we hope the fact that we are not does not in any way take away from the significance of this very important moment in your lives. We will now begin this ceremony and hear from Ms. Veronica Guerrero, counsel to the Committee on Character and Fitness. I believe you met her earlier in the afternoon. Ms. Guerrero.
Thank you, Justice Kapnick. May it please the court, good afternoon. I, Veronica Guerrero, counsel to this court's Committee on Character and Fitness, am honored this afternoon to present to the court 35 applicants for admission to the bar. Further, I am pleased to report that the committee has reviewed the records of each applicant appearing here today. Accordingly, and on behalf of the committee, I certify that each applicant appearing here this afternoon does possess the requisite character and fitness to merit admission to the bar of the state of New York, and therefore I do hereby move for their admission.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Guerrero. I have had an opportunity to speak to my colleagues earlier today, and I'm pleased to let you know that we'd be very happy to grant your motion. We thank you, Ms. Guerrero, and on behalf of all the justices of this court, we ask that you thank all the members of the Character and Fitness Committee who have interviewed these candidates and reviewed their applications and presented us with what appears to be a very fine group of applicants for admission to the bar this afternoon.
Thank you. I will let them know.
Thank you. We will now hear from the clerk of the court, Susana Rojas, who will administer the oath of office.
Good afternoon, Justice Kapnick, and good afternoon, candidates. I will administer the oath in the form of a question. At the end, I will ask you to please unmute your microphones and respond by saying, "I do." At this point, I ask everyone to please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Attorney and Counselor at Law to the best of your ability? Please respond by saying, "I do." Unmute your microphones, please.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Congratulations, attorneys. You may lower your right hand and please mute your microphones. Thank you.
And if all of the judges and the court personnel will unmute their microphones so we can join in a round of applause for all the new attorneys. Well, congratulations. At this time in the ceremony, it is traditional for one of the judges to make a few opening remarks to all of you. And this afternoon, that privilege and honor falls to our colleague, the Honorable Peter Moulton. Judge Moulton.
Thank you, Justice Kapnick. To all the new lawyers in this virtual room, congratulations. 34 years ago, I was admitted in the first department. I do not remember much about the remarks of the justice who addressed us newly minted lawyers on that day. I do remember asking myself, when is that guy going to stop talking? So I will be brief. You're joining a vital profession, one that is a crucial component of government, of the economy, of all aspects of a well-ordered society. It needs good people to run properly. You are literally our newest recruits. Our legal system, along with similarly independent legal systems in a handful of other countries, is the envy of the world. A majority of nations probably do not have the rule of law as you and I understand it. They do not have fair, fully functioning legal systems. By contrast, in New York City, in particular, our state and federal courts are a destination for commercial entities from around the world who, if they must engage in litigation, wish to do so in a forum that is free of bias, both political and commercial, and that renders decisions in a reasonable amount of time. Indeed, corporations around the world often write into their contracts forum selection clauses that designate the commercial division of Manhattan Supreme Court as the court where any litigation arising from the contract will go forward. The importance to business of a fair and impartial court system can't be overstated. Without it, businesses are reluctant to commit capital and take risks. Our legal system has also been a means for moving our nation forward on civil rights. For those of you, probably the majority, who are fresh out of law school, cases such as Brown versus Board of Education, Estelle versus Ruiz, Gideon versus Wainwright, Frontiero versus Richardson are fresh in your minds. Perhaps you read biographies of lawyers who changed aspects of our legal system for the better, such as Pauli Murray, Thurgood Marshall, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Perhaps you take inspiration from them. However, you should never, ever consider our legal system to be perfect and immutable. Our legal system is a work in progress, and you all have a role in changing it for the better. A moment ago, I spoke about how well we do in commercial litigation and how we attract the world to our courts. However, other aspects of our legal system are sorely in need of attention and resources. Poor and working class people often have no access to a lawyer in civil litigation. In criminal courts, our assigned defense counsel do an often heroic job, but they're overworked and under-resourced. Having no lawyer or an overwhelmed lawyer is a disability in seeking a fair outcome. Economic status should not determine outcomes in our courts, but too often it does. Obviously, there have been times in our history where lawyers have played a malign role in perverting our legal system. Joseph McCarthy was not a lawyer, but he was assisted by very able lawyers in his red baiting. Lawyers working for large corporations have, on occasion, gotten away with criminality in obscuring the health effects of dangerous products. Prosecutors, on occasion, have acted to enforce white supremacy in our criminal justice system. The imperfection of our legal system is reflected even in the First Department's beautiful courthouse. If we were sitting in our courtroom right now, you might look up into the stained glass dome at its center. You would notice the names of a number of legal luminaries, such as John Marshall. However, that cupola also contains the name of Roger Taney, the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court, who wrote Dred Scott versus Sanford, in which the U.S. Supreme Court held that the privileges and immunities of the U.S. Constitution did not apply to African Americans, whether enslaved or free. The presence of Taney's name in our beautiful courthouse is a reminder to me of our imperfect legal system and how all of us lawyers must work to improve it. How can you do that? Well, first you should do pro bono work for underserved communities. That's truly a win-win endeavor because you will simultaneously help out someone who needs help in a landlord-tenant dispute or a criminal matter or a consumer debt case, and it will give you hands-on legal experience and greater responsibility than you might have as a young associate. Second, you should join one of the numerous excellent bar associations that exist in New York City. A bar association's very mission is to improve aspects of the profession. In sum, remember that you are a member of a vital profession that can be an immense force for good. Act with integrity, with intelligence, and with heart. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Justice Moulton, for those inspiring remarks for all our new attorneys. Again, we wish you all the very best of luck and a wonderful, successful career. This admission ceremony is now concluded and court is adjourned.